Hello and welcome. As we step into the second week of February 2024, I extend my warmest greetings to you. I hope this message finds you in the heart of winter's embrace, surrounded by the enchantment that this season can bring. In this winter season, the world is draped in a serene blanket of snow. At least outside my window, it's that way. We all need to take some time to rest, to meditate, to allow tranquility to be a part of our days. This week we have Mercury gracefully moving into Aquarius, sparking innovation and forward thinking in our thoughts and our words and our communication. And a powerful new moon later in the week at 20 degrees. This lunar dance invites us to set intentions for originality and breakthroughs and the embrace of our unique self. As we explore the cosmic currents from February the 5th through to the 11th, let's embrace the magic of winter, the cosmic alignments, and the anticipation of love and connection as Valentine's Day approaches. I'm truly grateful to have you here. Thank you. Together, let's uncover the celestial insights for the week, tapping into the wisdom brought through by the tarot. I'm excited to share my insights, offer you guidance, and be a part of your journey as we navigate the ways of innovation and prepare for the love-infused celebrations of Valentine's Day. Wishing you cosmic inspiration and a week filled with love and breakthroughs. Let's explore the magic together as we turn to your own personal reading. I'll meet you there. Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your weekly focus, February the 5th through to the 11th, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Okay, let's get to the cards. Okay, underlying energy for the week is the Queen of Cups. You've got to love yourself. You got to believe that you are worthy enough and deserving enough for what is coming your way. Okay, you are the one that is putting the limitations into play here. By not believing that you should be gifted something great, or money coming into your life, or love coming into your life. In some way, you just don't believe that you are deserving of what could potentially come into your life. And I'm telling you, it wants to pour down love, money, beauty into your world. Okay, that is exactly what the universe wants to do. Do not block it. Okay, if there was ever a week to say affirmations or to be grateful for the things that are already present in your life, but more affirmations of what you want to bring into your life, of what you want your reality to look like. This is the time to love yourself. Work on self-love this week. Do something special for yourself. Sit down and spend some quiet time with you and what brings you joy and happiness. Okay, what things do you want to see happen in your world? Maybe it's a redo of a room in your house, or maybe the whole house, or maybe you want to move houses or move towns or countries or whatever it might be for you. Maybe you want somebody to walk the rest of your path with you, next to you. Maybe you want great abundance, great wealth, great success, great stature, whatever it might be for you. This is a time to understand that you are truly deserving and worthy of what you want to bring into your life. I cannot stress that enough with this card. And I've looked at the astrology a little bit. Trust me when I say you want to. So do this week, okay? Humor me. It'll cost you nothing. But the potential of what could happen to you is ginormous, okay? I want you to say an affirmation, but I want you to put it like it's already in your world, and I want you to do it in the third person, okay? So I'm not going to say, I want money to flow to me and through me. I'm going to say, Tilly has money flowing to her and through her. I am not going to say I'm a money magnet. I am going to say Tilly is a money magnet. I'm not going to say I deserve all the happiness and joy love has to offer. I'm going to say Tilly deserves all the love, all the joy the world has to offer. When you do this, okay, because so often what happens is we try to fix the inner us. The inner us doesn't need fixing, okay? In all truth, it's our perception of our inner self. It's our perception of where we feel like we have value, where we feel we have worth. We already have that within us. It's about understanding how to unlock it, how to bring it into the world as we know it. So when we are trying to fix the inner us with these statements, our brain puts these walls up and says, well, that's not true, that'll never happen, and give us a million reasons why. But when we put ourselves out there as this entity that we are trying to develop and grow into the spectacular, our brain gets on board a little easier. Well, we can do that for Tilly. Yeah, let's and then if you decide to change lanes, it's much easier to change lanes. Now you don't go through the whole conflict of, was I going down the right path? Was I doing the right things? You know, don't worry about it. It was that person out there that was doing that path, doing those things. It's easy to reroute. So I want to see in the comments. I want to see in the comments after, you've watched this video, come back, please, in 3 or 4 days even, and tell me about some of the things that are starting to happen in your life because you've decided to do your affirmations this way. And I don't mean just one affirmation for the day. I want you to say it as often as you think about doing it. And then even a little bit more often than that. So leave sticky notes up. Time for an affirmation. Just set an alarm every 5 minutes on your phone for the next 24 hours. I'm just, and just to start to get into the practice of it. After 24 hours, hopefully you'll take it down a notch. You won't need the reminders quite as much. But try and step into that as much as you can this week. It is all about how much you love yourself. Is really the whole basis of really stepping into something wonderful. Okay, we have the 10 of Wands. Okay, first of all, stop. You're trying to do too much in too many areas. You're spreading yourself far too thin. You've got more obligations and responsibilities than anybody can burden, and it is slowing you down. Now, some of those things, yes, it's a priority to do those things. I understand, but there's other things that you're doing, and it's dead weight. Somebody else could be doing those things. You need to concentrate on you. You need to concentrate on your path forward and what things you need to equip yourself properly in order to walk in that direction. Walk with a strength. The Emperor, it's time to sit down and make a strategy. It's time to start thinking about where you want to move, when you want to move, why you want to move. Each step. Take those big steps, break them down again. Take those steps, break them down again. Take those steps, break them down again until they're tiny little footsteps that you don't even see just how far you've gone. I remember I was going to be in this parade and there was a young girl there. She had autism, but, I raised 2 boys with autism, so that didn't worry me in the least. And her big thing was she didn't like to walk. When the parents tried to get her to walk a half a block, that's when it started, right? Oh, my legs are so tired. Oh, I can't go another step. And so, but they wanted to encourage. So I was in a parade and I said, do you want to come on the parade with me? She was, well, how far do you have to walk? And I said, half a block. She was little. She really didn't know what time or space or anything was yet at this point. So I said, half a block. And, after, a couple of blocks, she just, she questioned me on it. And I said, well, it might be a little bit more than a half a block. Maybe it's a full block, but we've got this. And I made it fun and exhilarating. And I had her at the end just running up and down the crowd, slapping her hand against other people. At one point, we were first responders in an incident that happened in the middle of the parade. She followed my direction to a T. And at the end of it, we had walked an hour and a half in a parade, and I said, do you want to know why your legs hurt? She was like, oh, I can't believe you did that. But that kind of broke her of that. After that, the parents told me they had no problems with getting her to walk a little ways with her, that she enjoyed the walk. So, there was something in her thought process that said, I can't do this step. If I do this step, I don't know what's going to happen next, because maybe I felt a little twinge in my leg. Maybe my legs will give out. Maybe they'll become useless. You don't know what's happening in the mind. So how do we stop ourselves in our strategies and building our strategies and building our goals? Do we set up these little roadblocks for ourselves? Do we do these little tripping mechanisms? Maybe you get an influx of money, but when you get that influx of money, it's gone before you even actually get it. You counted all those eggs before the chickens hatch, so to speak. So maybe it's your relationship with money you need to work on. Maybe it's the relationship within yourself. Maybe it's the relationship with people around you that you need to work on. Maybe it's your relationship with your dietary habits, your eating habits, your exercise habits, your spirituality. Whatever it might be for you, we need to start working on a strategy in order to create a new timeline rather than the one that we have been circling this whole time. So it could be a little bit about habits and behaviors having to break away. It's like you are transforming into a new realm of existence here in some ways. So the strategy and breaking it down to those minute steps that you don't even realize that you are getting so much done. It's like, making a list. So you're going to clean your room that day. So you're going to make your bed. You're going to clean up the laundry. You're going to fold and put away stuff. You're going to maybe clean out the closet. Maybe you're going to clean out drawer 1, then drawer 2, then drawer 3. And pretty soon you're checking these things off, and you've got the whole room done at day's end. And it was like you thought it was going to be a 4-day project, but because you broke it down into the smallest of steps, you were able to do each and every one of those steps without incident, without any tripwires in place. So it's forming maybe a new relationship with yourself here in some ways. And we have the Hermit. Now the Hermit is really sitting in the moment. The Hermit is the strategizer. The Hermit is looking forward and saying, I want to go in this direction. How do I do that with what is around me now? What am I capable of? And where do I need to grow? Where do I need to step in order to reach the fruition of that dream, of that goal, of that desire? So it is about sitting in solitude. It is about taking it inwardly. It is about processing what you really want to step into going forward. Because if you don't know what you are making the strategy for, the end game, the goal, then the strategy becomes useless. Maybe that room gets cleaned up for a day, but it completely looks like a whirlwind came through it again. A tornado came through and ripped it all apart after a couple of weeks because you didn't keep the process going with the end goal. You only had it for the moment. So sometimes we have this for the moment kind of perception when we are doing things, and we have to realize that this moment adds up to other moments that add up to successes or failures, depending on where we put our energy, where we put our focus, where we brought in some kind of self-discipline maybe. Okay, this is a card that says you probably won't be venturing forward yet, but you are considering how to actually do it. So once again, I go back to habits and behaviors. In some way, we are looking at what we do. Maybe it is our spending habits. Maybe it is, maybe we hoard too much, although I can't see a Sag as hoarding it. Except maybe they really like it, and so they hoard it all because they love it so much and they surround themselves with it. I could see that. But to hoard money or a resource, something that they could share, something that they could make the world a brighter place by utilizing, I can't see that in a Sag personality at all. So I think it's almost seeing where we need to self-discipline ourselves, where we need to realize our past steps and how we always seem to step slightly off the path just before the greatest of successes happen in our life. understand where we need to self-discipline or become more aware of our actions, of our thoughts, and how they guide us into our tomorrows. Let's see about work and career, shall we? Look at this, the Wheel of Fortune. Things are getting better. Better all the time. How's life treating you? Life gets better, Dave, every day. Every day gets better and better. Every day gets better and better. Better and better every day. That's what this card is saying. It's almost like, there is a change of seasons. There is a new chapter being written here. Or it's time to write the chapter. It's time to experience what you can actually step into if you want to. It's becoming aware of some of the choices that lay out there that you have been wearing blinders on. Where have you failed to look for fear of what might be there? You want it to be good, but is it? I dare not look. What's behind the curtain? Is it an almighty wizard, or is it just some little guy with shiny shoes? Where do we fail to extend our vision of our horizons? Where do we cap off our dreams, our goals, our desires? Because this is telling me that things are opening up for you. Things are getting better. You're going into a new season. I get this transformation kind of happening within you. You're seeing where you are being bogged down. You're seeing where you could be so much more. You're seeing that with a couple of small adjustments in your habits and behaviors could really change the course of where you're going. So if you are out of work, know that there is something on the horizon for you. If you work, know that there is something on the horizon for you. It could be a promotion. It could be a raise in pay. It could be an influx of money. It could be, you work 3 jobs right now in order to make it work, but now there's a job that's being offered to you with the same amount of money as all 3 jobs combined. There's new things that are happening here. They open you up to a course they want you to take to grow your knowledge so that they can give you this promotion down the line. You see something new and extraordinary that you want to step into and try, and it seems to work for you because you have that belief in yourself. It's all about the belief in yourself. Let's go right back to that. It's all about the belief in yourself this week, of knowing that you've got this, of knowing you can do it, of knowing that the challenge will only make you stronger. For relationships, look at this. We've got the Sun card for relationships. It's all about you. It's all about your joy, your happiness, what you want to bring into your world. So you actually control the design of any relationship right now. It's what enthusiasm, spontaneity that you put into the relationship. It's not usually words I would use, but those are the words being given to me. To make it come alive, to give it that spark of energy, to allow it to grow, to allow it to deepen, to allow it to be nurtured. It's all about your joy. It's all about your happiness. It's all about what makes you happy, fills you with joy. I mean, that's the most important part of the relationship aspect for you this week is just unbounded joy and love and happiness, and creating those moments, and creating the atmosphere for those moments, transforming things, maybe. And it could be a change in your behavior. Maybe you've been pulling back, and it's time to step forward. Maybe you've been stepping forward too much, and it's time to pull back a little bit. But whatever you do is the right thing for you. It's about your creativity can flow too here so much. I mean, it's really from the heart center for you this week, of bringing in that joy, bringing in that beauty, and you will attract great light to you. So if you're still looking for that wonderful somebody to come into your life to walk the rest of your path with you, this would be a week where you would attract them. And the more you raise your light, the more you understand the beauty of who you are, the gift that you are to others, the more that people show up to receive that gift, that are deserving of it, that are worthy of it, that you will also feel as a gift to you. Yeah, there's nothing but beauty and sunshine and light here when it comes to, and you control the energy. So if you're hiding in the corner, then that's what you're going to get, because you are controlling that energy. If you're putting yourself out there and coming alive with energy, that's what you're creating it. Okay, it comes from you. So it's up to you to decide on what you want love to look like this week in your life. And then be the embodiment of that feeling, of that expression. Don't force it into being. Just you be. Yeah, just you be. We have the Page of Swords for our spirituality. Time to go on a little bit of an adventure with yourself. Take yourself hiking. Take yourself for a long country drive. Take yourself to a place where you can, maybe it's a library for you. Maybe it is a greenhouse for you. But take yourself somewhere special to show yourself the love you have for yourself by doing something just for you. Many Sages, their greatest happiness is making another smile. So maybe you'll want to take somebody with you on this jaunt, but it should just be you. It should just be something you do for you, by you, because of you, because of your greatness, to pamper yourself in some way, to love yourself in some way. And the typical Sag gives so much love away. It's time to turn some of that to you this week. Return it back. Okay, and that only builds into a greater light for yourself. Something, kind of serendipity, kind of something, go to a costume place and dress up as, a person from the 1700s or something, and walk down the streets and just, snicker as people turn their head and look at you, whatever it might be. You walk up to somebody, could you tell me what year it is? Just bringing laughter and joy into your own world, into your own heart in some way. I don't know where that came from, but I saw it. So maybe one of you were actually thinking of doing something like that. But, go for the giggles, go for the joy. The worries and the concerns and the frustrations and the stresses and the fears can be put off for a day. Okay? Do it. Do something for yourself. And it could definitely be put off for the moment to do something small for yourself, okay? Four of Swords, rest, recuperation. Don't push yourself. If you feel like you need to rest, then rest. This is I get this transformative time coming into your life here. You're going to be looking at learning new things, discovering new things, wanting to discover and learn about new things, and not really getting into the main focus and diving deep into it, but just, overall growth and learning experiences. Because there's something out there and it's waiting for you, but it's almost like you trip across it and you learn a little bit about it, but then it comes back at you stronger than before, but you're prepared because you have a layer of knowledge, and it just kind of moves you forward in the direction you need to go. It could be frivolous and nothing now to you, but give it a couple of months and see where it shows back up in your life. This is about growing the dream of your tomorrow. This is about knowing that yesterday I was this person, but today I'm going forward as this person. Yesterday I did that all the time. Going forward, I do this all the time. Start drawing some lines in the sand for yourself of the no mores, of what's burdening you, of what's weighing you down, what's not allowing you to go forward in the way you want. Maybe it's an obligation, maybe it's a responsibility. It's almost like you've got to embrace freedom in some way. So it could be walking away from a relationship. Not saying that everybody's doing that, but it is your light. And if the light isn't, where you dread going home or something at this point, then, you really need to look at what that's doing to your light, because your light is so important this week. The love for yourself is so important this week. There are so many things coming into your world, but there's a little bit of strategy that has to go in here. There's a little bit of thinking of what you have and where you want to go and what happens once you get there and how do you keep it going and sustainable long term. It's about looking at your relationships with different things, different parts of your world, people, spirituality, money, what you do, your passions, your desires. It's honoring yourself. These all play a role into your tomorrow, but this is a time to really think it through, really mull it, really understand some of the choices that you want to make going forward that will be long-term changes in your life. Let's get a circle of doors card out here. I see money coming to you. I see transformation definitely happening in your life. Could be some habits, could be some behaviors that you're willing to change, or at least you want to address at this point in time. You see maybe where it has pulled you back or stumbled you up in some way. But there is beauty on the horizon for you. You want to go forward, absolutely. Okay, we have the Death card. The 13 energy, the Death card appears for us. Now, death doesn't mean you'll die or somebody will die, but a part of your world will. And it's probably a death that is long overdue. To take off that cloak, to feel alive again, to feel liberated, to step into a sense of freedom, of joy, of happiness. That's really, this is all about, the more you raise your joy, the more goodness that is going to be coming into your life. I mean, it's a gimme on that one with these cards. But don't push yourself into the experience. Don't try and push it into happening. Just work on your joy, your light. The rest just comes because of it. Okay, the Death card, you say. Get to it, Tilly. Okay, I'm on it. I'm on it. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? There it is. Though you quake and shiver at the sight of me, you will remember our everlasting friendship, my cold, loving hand on your shoulder. We walk together forever. Let it end so you can begin. This world is a gift that is given to us, but nothing you know, feel, or become will ever truly belong to you, because it all belongs to death. She watches and holds you through each day and each night, and she will take it all back when the time comes. Your ego is a shell of armor that must crumble and grow and crumble again so the soft, sweet soul within can keep growing. Feel the touch of death's grace in every passing moment, and let your small and young self die so your old and wise self can be born and reborn again and again. Ask yourself, will you allow yourself to shatter into nothing and then rise up anew? Can you feel the world breathing us all in and out? Do you trust the wisdom and perfection of life's beloved companion? Your affirmations this week are, my greatest power is transformation. Death walks beside me at all times. I am always reinventing myself. Death is miraculous as birth. I think, I'm always reinventing myself. Really rung true in that card for you. Let's get a power thought card before you leave. It is the transformation of you. It's about, in some ways, the reinvention of yourself in some ways. But I think it's more of an inner transformation that shows up to us on the outside. Loving others is easy when I love and accept myself. My heart is open. I allow my love to flow freely. I love myself. I love others. And others love me. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.